Welcome to Movie Recall. In today's video, we'll be going through the 2022 movie My Favorite Girlfriend. It's time to recall, let's get started. Turn on subtitles and spoilers ahead. The movie begins and we see Conrad, who is examining eggs to make popovers. He has been doing this every day of his life for a while now. The story is narrated by Will, who is Conrad's best friend since they were 5 years old. Conrad, like all of his things to be organized, his boss Frank walks in and tells him to go get something for him. He goes to the shop next door and there he meets Molly, who helps him read the name of the things his boss had written on a piece of paper. He comes back and his boss Frank gets angry at him. Frank then tells him to clean up the kitchen as his dog was sick and made doo-doo all over the place. While cleaning the kitchen, Conrad voicemails Molly and thanks her for helping him. He then asks her out for coffee. In the next scene, we see that Conrad and Molly are at a cafe for coffee. They both get to talk and tell each other about what they do. Molly then takes him to Lake Balboa, but Conrad has to drive. When they get there, Conrad tells Molly that he has never been there, and Molly says that it is one of her favorite places. Molly takes Conrad to a pretzel cart and orders a pretzel. The guy at the cart tells her that she can do much better than Conrad. Afterward, she takes him to sit on a fish slide, and they talk for a while. Then they go to sit on a ship ride. There, they talk about GTA 5, and Molly reveals that she is a Twitch streamer. There, Conrad is about to kiss Molly, but she tells him to drop her home as she cannot drive. As he gets outside Molly's house, they kiss. Then Molly makes fun of Conrad, and as he is about to kiss her again, she goes inside her house. Molly has a very bright personality, and she is always laughing. The next day, Tommy and Frank come to the restaurant. Frank insults Conrad about how he has placed the cloth on the tables. They then ask Conrad how his date went yesterday, to which he tells them that he will be making dinner for her. As Conrad is brushing his teeth, he gets a call from his best friend Will, who is in England. Conrad tells him that he has a date, and Will makes fun of him by telling him that he now knows where his loyalty is. Finally, Molly is at Conrad's place, and Conrad is really nervous about the dinner that he had made. He tells Molly that her dress looks amazing and that it goes great with her hair. Molly at this time confesses that she is a shopaholic and she loves to go out shopping. She tells him that sometimes things turn up in her closet that she does not even remember buying. They eat the food that Conrad made and it tastes awful, so they decide to go out. They go to a place for dinner, and there, Conrad tells Molly that he used chicken broth in the dinner. She gets up and runs to the washroom and tells Conrad that she is a vegetarian. Conrad gets really embarrassed as he knows that he messed up. When Molly returns, she starts to talk to him in a countryside accent. She introduces herself as Vanessa, and Conrad thinks that she is role-playing, so he goes along and asks her to get whatever she wants to eat. She orders a steak, which shocks Conrad as she just told him that she is a vegetarian. At this moment, Conrad realizes that she has a split personality disorder. Still, he agrees to take her out again. They then go to a park and Vanessa tells about herself. After talking for a while, Conrad asks her if she is hungry. She tells him she is hungry, but not for food. They end up making love, and after that, as Vanessa gets up, she gets a little dizzy. When she looks at Conrad, she asks him who he is. He again gets confused and calls her Vanessa, then he calls her Molly as he is very much confused. She says no and tells him that her name is Silk. She says that she is a musician and she ties Conrad to the bed to have some fun. Suddenly her alarm rings and she says she has to go to practice, so she leaves him tied up to the bed and leaves the apartment. Conrad goes to work and Tommy and Frank are angry with him for coming so late. He tells them that he was with a girl and her name was Silk. Frank tells him to stay away from Silk as she looks like trouble. As Conrad gets back to work, he gets a voice message from Molly asking him to make dinner for her again. This time, Conrad makes the perfect dinner and Molly loves the food. Conrad gets a sudden call from Will, who tells him that he is in town. Molly changes into Silk and starts to speak loud at Conrad. She tells him that she has a concert in 2 hours and he is invited. Conrad tells Will that he's going to a concert. He arrives there and one of Silk's friends takes him to the green room. There he meets Silk, who kisses him on the cheek. She tells him to stay in the front so that she can see him and also to meet her after the concert. Then she leaves the green room. Her band members ask Conrad how he knows Silk. He tells them that he knows her for a while now. They talk about her split personality and then they ask Conrad to leave the green room. The concert begins and Silk is the lead singer. Everyone enjoys the song and Conrad is also having a good time. As she sings the song, she points at Conrad and asks him to come near her. Her manager comes and tells Conrad to go close to the stage. She then kisses Conrad in front of everyone and then pushes him back into the crowd. After the concert, Conrad meets Will at a bar. They are meeting after a while now. They both order drinks and get to talk about how their lives have been. Will asks him about the new girl that he has been seeing. He tells him that he thinks she is really different from all the girls that he has ever been with before. Then he tells Will that she has multiple personalities. Will tells him that he should look the other way and run as fast as he can. He explains that he was with a bipolar girl and did not have a good experience. After this, Conrad also starts to have second thoughts. Conrad goes to a pool party to which Silk invited him. He meets her and goes to get her a drink. There, he meets Silk's friend Gigi. She tells him that this should not be a game to him, as Silk has been hurt before. She also tells him that she met Silk when she was Sarah. Sarah is a lesbian just like Gigi. They dated for some time and Gigi could not continue dating her because she was a lesbian only 20% of the time. She tells him that this might be difficult for him, but he must not break her heart, as her personality switches get even worse when her heart breaks. Conrad tells her that he thinks that she is his favorite girlfriend so far. Gigi leaves and Silk comes with some shots. As they take the shots, Silk changes into Sarah. She tells him that he should back off as she is a lesbian. Conrad said to her that he likes this girl and wants her advice. She tells her that he should talk to her about things, otherwise he will not be able to get things right with her. They keep on talking for a while and Conrad starts to like her even more. The next day, Conrad goes to a barbecue with Vanessa. He asks her what kind of music she likes, and she tells him that she likes jazz. He asks if she has a guitar, he would play something for her, and she gets a guitar for him. After singing the song, Vanessa asks him to make love with her in the backyard. Conrad leaves after that, but as he is at Vanessa's doorsteps, he gets a call from Molly, who tells him that she wants to see him and she was feeling sad. He goes back into her house and sees Molly. Molly looks a little upset. When Conrad starts to ask her what is wrong, she tells him it's nothing. She tells him to go get her robe from her bed, and when he returns, she is already sleeping. Taking Sarah's advice, he calls Molly at the coffee shop to talk to her. Molly comes to the coffee shop and Conrad starts to talk to her about her other personalities. At first, Molly thinks that he is cheating on her, but there she changes into Rita. Rita tells Conrad not to talk to Molly or her other personalities about the same issue as they are unaware of each other, and Rita tries her best to keep them safe. Rita threatens Conrad not to tell the other personalities about anything. If he messes up, she will take them all away from him. Back at the restaurant, Tommy comes to see Conrad and asks him about the mushroom powder. Frank explains to him that he messed up the first time and Dan to use it again. He then tells him that he was seeing 5 girls who are actually 1 girl. Tommy takes him out of the restaurant and tells him what he wants to do in life. Conrad tells him that he wants to become a chef. Tommy tells him that he has a friend and his friend hypnotizes people. He advises Conrad to see this man with the girl. Conrad calls Paul to his house and Molly also shows up with a bottle of wine. Molly really likes the idea to try hypnosis and agrees to go for it. Paul hypnotizes her and she starts to change into different personalities frequently. Paul tells Conrad if he had any idea that she had this issue, he would have never hypnotized her, as this could be dangerous for her life. Paul then gets to talk to her and Rita shows up and starts to curse Conrad and Paul. Then Paul tells her to calm down, and as she calms down, Paul starts to ask her questions and she replies to everything. He asks her if Conrad is her and if she was fine with that, to which she replies that she is fine with that because she loves him. After this, Paul tells Conrad that this was really dangerous and they need a proper doctor for all of this. Conrad goes to the washroom to ask Molly if she is fine. She tells him that she knows that he had tricked her into this, and this means that their relationship ends here. Conrad is heartbroken now as he really misses Molly. He cannot concentrate on his work or anything else in his life. Even Tommy notices this in the restaurant. Conrad still does not want to give up on her, so he takes her favorite coffee and knocks at her door. He tells her that she told him not to call him, but she did not ask him to not show up at her place. Anyways, he had brought her favorite coffee with him and was going to leave it on her doorsteps. Back at the restaurant, Tommy comes to Conrad and asks him if Paul was able to fix his girlfriend. Conrad tells him that things only got worse for him. Tommy then asks him how the crab cake went, and Conrad tells him that Molly really liked it. Tommy tells him that he wants him to stay back late today and make them for him. After work, Conrad makes the crab cake for Tommy and Tommy loves them, so he tells him that he wants him to help make pizza from now onwards. Frank also tries it and he likes it. Conrad goes after Frank and tells him that he must talk to Regina about how he feels about her. Conrad goes to the cafe and sings a song for Molly. Molly instantly leaves the cafe and he is left embarrassed as Hal makes fun of him. Conrad goes to Will's place and they are both playing guitars. Will asks him which personality he would pick in his girl from all the personalities she has. Conrad says that he likes all of them, even the lesbian. Will asks him why this girl of all the women he has dated in his life. He tells him that he does not know. Conrad goes to see Paul and asks for his advice about the situation. Afterward, he goes to Molly's house and as she opens the door, he gives her some flowers. She refuses to take them and tells him to stop doing whatever he is trying to do. Conrad then gets an idea. He gifts her a security camera so that she can see for herself what is going on, and maybe this way she will understand his situation. After a while, she watches a video of herself and decides to put up the camera in her room. When she sees the recording done by the camera, she realizes the situation and goes to see Paul for help. Conrad gets a message from Molly, who apologizes to him and tells him that they should talk. Conrad also gets promoted to the assistant chef at the restaurant. Conrad goes to meet Molly, and she shows him the video from the camera and starts to cry. Conrad hugs her and tells her that this is a good thing and that she does not need to worry. Conrad takes Molly to meet with Willie. After seeing her change personalities for some time, Will gets scared and he leaves. Then suddenly a new personality emerges in her, and she is called Maxine. Maxine is the real personality, as her birth name was Maxine. She asks Conrad to tell her about all the other personalities, and he gets to it. Maxine and Conrad connect quite well as Conrad tells her about all of her other personalities. They start to fall in love with each other. She tells him that she has so many memories that she cannot even access them. She apologizes to him for being such trouble for him. 3 weeks later, they both go to see Paul, and Maxine tells Conrad that she has to go away to Michigan to see her family. Conrad says that he wants to come with her, but she tells him that she has to figure out everything herself. She needs some time to figure out who she really is. Eventually, Conrad agrees with her and she leaves. After a while, Will and Conrad have drinks at a bar, and Will introduces him to his girlfriend. Then Conrad starts to talk to a mysterious lady who is not shown, and he introduces her. We'll get to know about that mysterious lady in the sequel. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new movie recaps.